The Nation Speaks, the Roundtable Listen, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most, live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The Roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists, Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jai Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the Roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday, only on Wiz TV Live. The Roundtable, where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the Roundtable Listen, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most, live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The Roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists, Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jai Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the Roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday, only on Wiz TV Live. The Roundtable, where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the Round.
That she didn't want to take that money from the past. But they, yes, but they not tell me. And you getting me? So after we started talking about the money business, that the lady came to me. Then she did the sponsor. She said, Orito, ask your daughter. And you understand me on Saturday night. So the I said, okay. But one thing for another, then they called me. When they called me, we were 5 were in a room, the secretary wanted. So they say, Orito. But the place people call from, they say, I have to take the money. But when you want to, go to the entire group also. So we all can join you and say that now you take the money, but they say that you do not take the money. So we can see how best to go to the CID office and grab the girl, how she take the money, so we can know. Because the last time boss, the bastard boss, how the money managed to move from them. We called the girl when she came. The people they carry her. In my sister-in-law, they counted OPS, they rented in my house, in my daughter room, come my daughter to your own. There where she get a room there. 2 of them. So the OPS in one room. So that they call her. When they call her, on my piazza, they begin to ask her. But when you look around the house, the whole community, you hear him mobbing. You can't hear people say the money taxi. Myself, when they told her in there, myself, I started crying. I had the OPS broke up. They put her inside, carry on the fair. They take the pass, carry the pass on the fair, go in and see at the office. Take statement. My daughter, they take her statement. According to my daughter, while we are in a room, after she explained to the CID boss, before they can call us, then they tell us, say, can't tell her, show her how you can open a pass. That's how she said, first of all, the pass, that certain lack the NGO bro. They lack him no loan. So that's how she went. She turned the 3 locks upside down, where you can use the key to put it on to open it. She turned it upside down. When she turned it upside down, then they pass muff, the top, they can lay for small, just that day. Then when like day, according to her, she can put cardboard there and lay the pass and start rocking it. Then the money start dropping. So that her, she said she was able to take that money from the past. The first money, according to her, she said she started taking that money from July, August to September. So then one of the women said to be friendly 3 weeks before we can close the saving. When I was not there, but first the money when we carry it, we can put it in pillowcase. The pillowcases in the past, 2 pillowcases. According to them, when we bring in money back, when the pillowcase getting full, we can take the money and put it in the other pillowcase, got our local money on our side. We can put it inside. So when people brought money, so they put it in a pillowcase, they didn't tie the pillowcase more. They didn't tie it to lay it down. They send it up and they just close the pillowcase, they just close it together, you power someone with lapa. The how the pillowcase was standing in the time, the how they get the money from them. So according to her, she said the last money what she took her in September, it was September 2nd Sunday. And on September 2nd Sunday or 3rd Sunday, she take the last money up. When she took the last money up, that the last money, she was in her room. The last money, she according to her, she was in her room. Then she put the money down on the floor. I said, I never knew about that thing happened before I see it on Facebook. She put the money on the floor, then she played with the money, putting on TikTok, playing with the money. People what can go on Facebook, the money what they saw on TikTok, and the last money according to her, what she take. And according to her, when she took that money, she put it in a bag. When she put it in a bag, then she called her boyfriend. When she called her boyfriend, then she gave the boyfriend the black bag at that time. I went out to the house.
How old is she before she got boyfriend?
She 18 years.
Okay, 18.
She 18 years. She put it in a black bag. So when she put it in a black bag, when she explained her while we there, when I came home, because her other sister and her went in the same school, when I was going to church, the sister was working in the kitchen. Then the sister said, man, when she said that, she not lying. But I was in the kitchen cooking, then I saw the boy, he came on motorbike. But then she came from inside because he bad, I don't know what that money. She came, the boy, the black bag. I said, I saw it, but I don't know what that money. So while we were asking her that how can she herself, they asked her to get her boyfriend number on NAFA coordinator phone. So she took it from her hair and she put it on the man's phone. And the man answered, the boyfriend answered the phone. So that how she started talking, she said, I'm begging you, I'm in trouble. But the last money why I gave you, why I made all the TikTok on the ground, give me a pound. How my man will in trouble. Then the boy said, you funny, eh? Why you made my knee? And all over my picture, all over you funny, and the people wanting for me. Who you get money to? Don't play phone on me, oh. Who you get money to? She said, I'm begging you. The last money what I gave you in the black bag, I want you to get that money back. I hold your phone because I'm dying. My man too dying too. Now how he up there, before he say, care what on you, now how he up the phone. It was on Sunday morning now. And you understand? Now how you up the phone. So when you up the phone now how the newer phone she used, the man say, when you get in the money here? But because I was last week, I think Sunday, then she said it was week before now, which means the past Sunday, before they go on Sunday. She said, about 1 week now, when I get in the money. That's how we managed to know. So I said, I can't get over it. I can't sleep. I can't sleep because that never happened to me before. I can't sleep. And I thought myself. And I thought myself, I thought myself, I want my brother to come to my rescue. My daughter too, she said, ma, I didn't even know what got on me.
So what imagine when you say now, how much you gonna get total from the whole money? How much?
We said that if we ever don't get 1 million to our own money, then at least the other money they can forget it. But the actual money, what the point that money? They want that money.
So the total money now your daughter take now 2 million one.
Yeah, 2 million one. Just see sunset.
2 million. So I'm going to 2 million 100. So you got it all at one.
Yeah.
100.
We get 100 and 1,600,000 and some more data. So they said that they want to get one man. So I hold up body. They want to consider me.
All right, people watching you, but I know it's not easy. So my people, this 1 year now, you know that it is at the stage of humanitarian activity. It has happened, and she's confused. I want to say thanks to Woki Wea. She just texted me that she doesn't support the idea of the little girl, but because of the mother, she will provide 40,000 Liberian dollars. So I want to say, Woki, thank you for the contribution of 40,000 to the lady. As you can see, she really stressed up. You know, we agree that our kids can do a lot of things. Woki says she's not backing, you know, the child. She's not in fear of what the child did. It hurts, but because she too, as a mother, she wants to see this woman smile again. She will provide 40,000 Liberian dollars. So it means we have gotten 40,000 Liberian dollars already. So whatever contribution you think you can help to save, because the women group are actually, you know, they are concerned. They want the money. The last time I was with them, when they're raising their concerns that they need the money. And as you can see, she's a single mother. She's going through a lot. So talk to the people that are watching you online. We got over 700 people watching you. Talk to them to help you.
I'm begging you. Everybody are waiting for the bill to me. Everybody are waiting for to go to the cemetery. She bring me down there. I'm dying. I'm begging you. I will not live no. I will not live no. I get no hope. All my people die. Say some brother, everybody go and get nobody. I die, my people. You got nobody.
Thank you for the protection.
Yes, you are protected. Yes, Papa, you are protected. You are protected. Always with me, but you come out.
And very excited today that I reached 59. Like I said, my father did not reach this age. Glory be to God. Amen. Nothing troubles me. I'm excited simply because I fulfill my mission to rebuild the party headquarters in Uganda Grove. Sign the actual contract. So now we have to now give the date for the groundbreaking. We owe to you people not just our life. We commit ourselves because we are the downtrodden. And we thank God, thank you that God was able to elevate someone else. That when we speak, people hear.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was devastating to see the Mate Coalition grounds. They were not just inflamed, but to be broken down. You know, they were testing our resolve. But you forgot to know that before they were, we were. The tactics for the past 18 years is the same tactics. If they can't converse with us because they know the table is very small, when solution gets on the table, then they go to break homes of people. That is a joke. So they believe that if they break our party headquarters, we are done. No, but they forgot to know that the revolution is synchronized.
That's a revolution that brought us, that brought our people, that make our people happy. There's no way we can abandon the people revolution. So they put out to test. And what is coming for them, they will sit and walk and see that what?
Okay.
Because they try to destroy our image, but we are coming with our best one that they will look at us and say we are finished. All I can say to you, do not relent.
Never.
What they want you to do is what they did before.
Yes.
Where they believe that the generation after them will not survive.
Yes.
And they brought war. Do not bring the same mentality of the while we lead this country. And that's why you can see. I see people showing images that we give to our people voluntarily. We as citizens, we are the government that developed this country. I live in the old Liberia, and I was leader in the new Liberia. In the old Liberia, there's nothing you see today that was there. And that's why we put them. In the old Liberia, there is no highway from the airport. That's why we do. In the new Liberia, everything that you see, even parks, I'm very flabbergasted. I'm astonished for people that live in the old Liberia to see the development in the country and they say it's nothing. So it flabbergasts me. I'm surprised, I'm astonished. How can you see the RRA, you can see the city being built and you say that it's what people say they build there? In the old Liberia, there's nothing you see today that was there. And that's why we put them. In the old Liberia, there is no highway from the airport. That's why we do. In the new Liberia, everything that you see, even parks, I'm very flabbergasted. I'm astonished for people that live in the old Liberia to see the development in the country and they say it's nothing. I'm astonished for people that live in the old Liberia to see the development in the country and they say it's nothing. So it flabbergasts me. I'm surprised, I'm astonished. How can you see the RRA, you can see the city being built and you say that it's what people say they build there? It's a shame. But I want you to know that there's hope. We will fight together, we'll listen together, and we will continue what we build. Do not be afraid. But what they want, because they are not improving what they said they will do, and that's why you see the causing problem, so you can cause them so they can join you. Then they will blame you that you break it. But we are not breakers. We are builders. So I just want to inform you. If you can't trust us, if you can't trust me, then you can't trust anybody in this country. We don't need those people. What we need to do is to carry on the movement for the benefit of our parents. Our parents that never went to school. Our parents have been struggling for day in, day out in markets and quarters and what have you. Our parents are sent to the place where people are not supposed to stay because there's mosquitoes, there's malaria and what have you. The generation, our generation, like I said, you young people, in the generation of all wars, but they couldn't understand anything. In our generation, there must be peace. Because when there's peace, there's development, there's prosperity. So that's what we hope for, and that's what we're going to do. Yesterday, we finalized the document, as I told you. Now we are looking for a date to break ground. Yes. And what I want from you, when we are breaking ground, I know they're hearing it. When we get on that ground, our new ground, it's not the ground where they say they broke. On our new ground, they have to what? They have to divert the vehicles to pass somewhere. They got to do something. Because our groundbreaking will be in our numbers to break ground to clean our site. You have to protect that site.
So somebody said you slowed down and then you pretended that you wanted to stop. As soon as you got in from the car, you drove on him. So what really happened? What really happened? So you jumped on a car? How? So you didn't stop when you tried to stop you? Why you didn't want to stop? Tana, why did you want to stop? Yeah. Yeah, that one, any accident, you can go to jail. You kill, you can go to jail. When you commit crime, you can go to jail. So why you ran away when the incident happened? Why you ran away? So where did you go? Where did you go? So when the accident happened, what you did? That's what people want to know. When it happened, what you did after? Yeah, it will be important when the accident happened because when you don't do something deliberate, you will not run. Why are you uneasy? So when the accident happened, what did you do? Did you try to help him or you abandoned him and ran away? What did you do? Nana? So you say you didn't run away. After you hit the officer, what did you do? Nana? When you hit the officer, did you try? I've seen a murder. I've seen it. Because I'm asking, why did you do? Did you even try to help him? So what? I hear somebody. Did you do that? If you say you mean it? Because the way you acted, that why they might give you murder. But when you explain what actually transpired, because I was not there. Like you go and the officer already late. Thereby they can speak. So what did you do when you hit him? Nana, did you help him or you ran away? What did you do? Did you help him? Did you help him, Nana? So meaning you ran away. What did people say on Facebook? It's true that you hit him and ran away, right? I should accept that you ran away. You didn't try to help, or even call somebody to come help, right? It says silent means consensus. So you want to drink water? I just want you to answer the last question. When you hit the officer, what help did you run up? What did you do? After all, I could find water for you. What did you do? You happy? They say the officer here, you did something to you before. Is that true? Like you all knew each other before? Is that true?
Anywhere.
Okay. And when your first time meeting him? So when the accident happened, I say you said accident, what did you do? Did you help him? They say, oh, and I case somebody will help me. Did you do that? Oh, so why you ran, right? That's why you left the scene. So where did you go when the accident happened? Where did you go? And the place they arrested you on the scene?
Yes.
Okay. So what is it that you want to say to the public?
I'm sorry to the public. I'm very sorry. And I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to forgive you.
How did you feel with the hundreds of officers walking you this afternoon to court? Alright.
He was charged for murder. And every day, blame everybody, she was put, I'm sorry, whoever said my shop has no jurisdiction over the subject matter. So, let us see the evidence we have, so I'm not requesting of any explanation, which was granted anyway by the law.
But do you need extra evidence to defend your client, because it is glaring, the photographs are there, the videos are there, that your client was involved in allegedly murdering the police officer, as you can see, dragging the police officer on the vehicle.
Well, what they feel like is an accident. There are enemies that constitute murder. We believe that enemy were not met. Our client had no motive, had no intention to kill a police officer. And unfortunately in this case, because this driver in question was a driver. He driver me a while ago. So I know him and the character. Besides, from our own review and the comments he made, I did not see any element of murder. We are charging for murder. That's why the reason why we requested for a preliminary examination.
So, what did your client say when you first spoke to him following this incident?
Well, my client said it was an accident. He was parked at some point.
The price is very increasing.
So
nothing dropping.
So but then why you voted for rescue?
I voted for change. You are not seeing the change.
But if you
headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now, and I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency? Is it based on technology? Is it based on war? Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. There is no job, no money, no hustler.
No job, no money, I'm a hustler. And this is done by Picardo, a nice song that we own no copyright to. We like to say pleasant good evening from Liberia. Today is Thursday, the 2nd of October 2025. This is how we like to welcome all of you to this presentation of the program, The Round Table. The Round Table comes to you every Tuesdays and Thursday, beginning at 10 p.m. Liberia time and 6 p.m. the U.S. time. I'm always here with Mr. Samuel Abu, who's always making himself available to be with us on the show as we discuss issues that matter the most to our beloved country, Liberia.
We like to wish Mr. Abu speedily recovery. We want to say get well soon, Mr. Abu, and we're hoping to have you on the show on Tuesday of next week. What's on our plate for tonight? Let's run to this discussion point. We basically gonna dive in a little bit into the U.S. government shutdown, what it means for the United States and other countries that fully rely on the U.S. We also going to talk about this a vehicle accident between a taxi driver and a police officer around the Vartan end. We saw the police director, the police RG, paying tribute at that scene earlier this week. And currently, the situation is taking a different stance. Now, the driver involved into the accident, during the incident, is now being charged for murder. And we will also play the clip of him and his lawyer for you to listen as we dive into that. We're also going to look at Sano Escroman, a procurement contractor at the Ministry of Agriculture, who has been statutory rape, and of a 14-year-old minor in Monrovia, Central Monrovia, and we'll talk about that, what it means. And he's already been remanded at the Monrovia Central Prison. That's one thing we can say for sure that is happening, unless the situation with suspended youth and sport minister Bryant McGill, who is currently having some quiet time as the police is still trying to find better reasons to have the situation brought to book. So that is it, and just stay tuned. And all you can do for us tonight is to share this broadcast with as many people as you can, and let's be together. So let's begin with our first discussion point, and we can dive in here on the program, the round table. So let me come out with just my own little take on the situation with the U.S. shutting down of the U.S. government. Let's look at it from a whole different perspective. So you say, right, the government. So here's how the impact of this shutdown is on the everyday American federal workers not receiving pay as well. Is in this shutdown process, you have delays to services, economic ripple effects. So there's a lot of things. And what does the government shutdown really means? Clearly means it means that Congress has failed to pass, appropriations or a continuing resolution. Federal funding's lapses and many government functions must pause. So because the federal cannot pass these things, and the government, almost like I remember when President Barack took office, there were some issues with the budget, and it couldn't have been passed in time. So what happened was the government now had to borrow some money to run key sectors in government, because we awaited the government budget to be passed for that fiscal year. So this is almost, but not fully, the same that is happening. For that, government workers in Liberia was paid, but for this, some entities and essential government entities were run with essential staffs working, but not getting paid. And not all services or essential services will stop. It will continue. So, 12 appropriations bill, will have to be passed. When they don't pass, and definitely the funding for that will lapse. There will be some lapses when 12 of the appropriated bills is not being passed. There will be some lapses in fundings. So if the one, this for this budget and another one says the rule of the Office of the Management and Budget agencies develop lapse plan to determine which operations to suspend or continue. So, like we just said, the U.S. government says there will be a result, or let's say, a focus point of the government that will still function, and some other agencies under the government, entities under the government that will not function because there is not enough funding to run the government. Not that there is not enough in the cover of the government, but there is not enough in the sense that the budget, those appropriated bills, 12 of them, was not passed, and the government needs to run. So here are the effects and consequences that will happen. Many employees, will be sent home without pay or required to work without immediate compensation. So they might not pay you until the budget is passed, whatever bill is passed to make things work, and you will have to work. And mind you, a lot of us think that the U.S. is all about pleasure, the sweetest land to be in, and you will have everything right. But again, imagine you working without pay, and then you have bills to pay. You have families to take care of. Will your landlord let you to live in the house free of charge for the next, And the last time this happened was during the first term of President Trump. At the time, the shutdown lasted for 35 days. 35 good days. We don't know as to how long this is going to happen. We don't know. So there will be some disruption in services for the public, like non-essential programs and services will also be suspended. For example, National Park Regulatory, whatever. And yeah, but we just want you to understand that, and we want you to know that the U.S. government is having a shutdown. So you should understand, Liberia, we solely depends on the U.S. And even at the time that America cut most of their support, their financial aids and whatever from our country, it has been a serious problem for our economy because we fully rely on outside forces, external forces, donor partners, we call them in our government, to be able to help us, have these things coming in. Have these things coming in. So that and a lot of questions that needs to be asked about these things, asking ourselves how and how will somebody manage to take care of they and their children if the U.S. government is being shut down? If you work in the government currently in the U.S. government, you might not get paid if you are considered an essential worker. So we will take a pause on that and run up to this discussion point that I actually want to handle very quickly and come back to the next one. And let's just talk about the situation with let me bring the picture of this guy on, right? The situation of Sando S. Kumar. Is a rape allegation, a rape case. Let me say this: it's a rape case, or serious murder rape case. A rape case. Yeah, it's a rape case. A rape case. So that is Sando right there. And courtesy to Crime Watch Liberia for the photograph. So that is Sando right there, right? And he's a procurement contractor at the Ministry of Agriculture, and he has been charged with statutory rape. So let's look at what this statutory rape thing means, right? Sexual intercourse with a minor, somebody underage in our Liberian way. You go, interesting country. Yeah. So he went and carried on a statutory rape with a 14-year-old girl, and now he's currently being remanded at the Monrovia Central Precinct. So there's a lot of concern. Like today, I watched on our own television the information ministry, and one of the ministers there at the information ministry talking about this case is quite different from similar situation with suspended youth and sport minister Brian McGill. So now the question is a rape case, and his this is the suspended minister, right? His justification is about, the man was caught in the act in the same room with the girl, and people feels like suspended minister Brian McGill was not caught in the same situation. And the fact that we all have understand the moment you as a common person has any link for that matter that just says rape on your head, you will go beyond bar. You will be sent to prison immediately. Definitely, they will send you to jail. They will. Before even going on any investigation, there will be no reason to do background checks. So what this means? What this means? There will be no background checks, and you have the Liberia National Police, who is responsible about these situations. Coming out to say the act of the Deputy Chief Security of the Ministry of Youth and Sport, a daughter who was also being sexually abused, allegedly sexually abused, is an act of what? How should we place that? And the police, through the Women and Children Protection, says, they've done interviews, they review the CCTV footage, preserve the young girl's clothing and for DNA testing, sort call logs, and and sample digital evidence. Why will you go all that route? Then now you should also be talking about DNA and checking other things. The man could simply say, this didn't happen. She was in my wrong. I'm not preaching any law for him. My point here tonight is if we want for justice to prevail, we need a fair society that everyone will feel like, our country is doing better and we can do better, is by allowing the justice system works the better way in favor of everybody, not to favor no one and leave other behind. By this time now, I know, Deputy Minister or suspended Minister Brian McGill might be, trying to fly back to the US or wherever he wants to fly to. But the issue of rape is serious. It's a serious situation like any other cases we may have in court. Especially, do you know the kind of trauma that young girl will have to face? The fact that when I had a conversation with her dad, he was like, my daughter have been asking me lately. People have posted a picture online, on Facebook. People telling her the situation on Facebook and whatever, and people in the community, news can high. People in the community will get to know her. When they get to know, you have people who want to use that situation against you as a person. So if it comes to rape, I think there's nobody that the law should favor in a different way. Let everyone be brought to book. I'm telling you, everybody, you go straight to book and do diligence be done. Face the full weight of the law. Oh, because the man are B man, so we need to do CCTV footage, DNA, whatever. That's the end. And one thing I have problem with is if it's about political, protests, political issues to call out the government. You have a lot of our mothers and young girls, young ladies that will get out in the street to support these same politicians who put us in what we're in today. Going there to risk their life for somebody personal gain. And in fact, that person is having their child or children outside of this country, having a quality life outside of this country, and you there risking your life. I think in these kind of situations, it should be a situation where our mothers will come out. Our mothers will come out, call on the government, call on, other NGOs that are involved into speaking for women, the rights of women, the rights of young girls. We don't support these things. Just this morning, we saw a post from Senator Dillon also questioning the situation that is being linked, the allegation that is allegedly being linked to Mr. Brian McGill. And now you have another individual who has also committed similar situation. But because he's just a procurement contractor at the ministry, he's currently in prison. We are saying this to say that the Ministry of Gender, the Liberia National Police that is charged with the duties of arrest and turning over whatever situation to the court, do the needful. Instead of waiting to carry out DNA, instead of waiting to carry out sample tests, instead of waiting to check CCTV footages. That's an allegation. Until it's brought to the court and you testify, guilty or not, it should be taken very seriously. You cannot put somebody's child into trauma. I wanted to question, why the dad is still not coming out to speak over this, but again, sometimes he might fear for, his safety, his well-being, and everything, and you just choose to stay silent. I'm telling you, stay silent and let the pains and everything, because you can. Certain group of people feels like you can fight them. You can fight them. But again, I think we all should be able to raise enough awareness and put the feet of the Liberia National Police to work as they always done, making sure that cases, cases of such and other cases that are usually sent over to the Liberia National Police brought to book, taken seriously. This is the guy, and you cannot have a former minister or suspended minister who has also been linked into similar situation allegedly, now being, walking scot-free. I think we should have enough report as to how the case is going. Let the police inform the public. In a way, it will also help us to be abreast. In this situation, if you have people coming out to call the attention of the government, again, it will be another situation. And we are not even asking for that. All we ask for is for, further information from the police regarding this case. It shouldn't be like any other cases. When the police RG took over at the time, there was one thing he usually says during his press conferences during the earlier stage, when he took over, he said, we have serious minor cases and they are very essential to be investigated, and we would do our best to investigate all of these cases one at a time and report. And we saw that happening. So we trust the police. We trust the work they do for our country. And we give them, respect for the kind of job they do. We need them to feed us, to give us the relevant information. I'm telling you, the relevant information will be very essential for us and will help us to understand as to how far we've gone with that case. We'll close up on that, and quickly also let me bring this guy again. Yeah, he's the one involved into the accident. I bring his lawyer, and we talk about it quickly. So this is it.
So somebody said you slowed you down and then you pretended that you wanted to stop. As soon as you got in from the car, you drove on him. So what really happened? What really happened? So you jumped on a car? How? So you didn't stop when you tried to stop you? Why you didn't want to stop? Nana, why did you want to stop? Yeah. Yeah, that one. Any accident, you can go to jail. You kill, you can go to jail. When you commit crime, you can go to jail. So why you ran away when the incident happened? Why you ran away? Yeah. So where did you go? Where did you go? So when the accident happened, what you did? And what people want to know? When it happened, what you did after? Yeah, it will be important when an accident happens because when you don't do something deliberate, you will not run. Why are you uneasy? So when the accident happened, what did you do? Did you try to help him or you abandoned him and ran away? What did you do? Nana? So you say you didn't run away. After you hit the officer, what did you do? Nana? When you hit the officer, did you try? I've seen a murder. I've seen it. Because I'm asking, why did you do? Did you even try to help him? So I hear somebody. Did you do that? If you say you mean it? Because the way you acted, that why they might give you murder. But when you explain what actually transpired, because I will not.
He was charged for murder. Okay, so and I really blame everybody. I'm sorry, whoever said it, my sure has no reason also the subject matter. So let us see the kind of evidence we have. So that's how the person was being examination, which was printed anyway by the judge.
But do you need extra evidence to defend your client, because it is glaring, the photographs are there, the videos are there, that your client was involved in allegedly murdering the police officer, as you can see, dragging the police officer on the vehicle.
Well, what they feel like is an accident, and there are enemies that come to murder. That enemy were not met, this one.
The police officer, as you can see, dragging the police officer on the vehicle.
Well, what they feel like is an accident, and there are enemies that come to murder. We believe that our enemy were not met. Our client had no motive, had no intention to kill a police officer.
So you listen to the lawyers, the lawyer of Nana, Francis Nana, and let me say this, right? Francis Nana was a taxi driver, and you have this 21 years old, as we've got a police officer, the late Mark D. Bridgewell. May his soul rest in peace. That young. And well, at first it was reported as a fatal accident. We gathered that usually you have officers in the traffic, and they usually stop vehicles, especially when you're in violation of the traffic laws in our countries. In our country, we basically have the officers that will come and ask you, why are you violating the traffic laws and everything. And in this situation, right, if an officer would stop you, because the only way to do it is to stay in front of the vehicle to hear them. I tell you for free, a lot of these drivers that are doing commercial vehicles, even the private ones. If you officer just go and try to slow them down, they would not. So I think it's not something that I think that has been taught at the police academy, but I think it has been the most easiest way to catch them right on book. And again, it's not the best easiest way. I don't know the kind of system the police do have in place in terms of tracking down these vehicles that will always be in violations of these kind of situation, right? That will always be in violation of this kind of situation, right? So if you basically have to stop a vehicle to park off the road and you handle some situations about their violation, I think if the vehicle owner is not stopping with their car, the best thing to do as an officer of the law is to take the plate number and report. Whatever channel you have to report that vehicle would be the best way to do it. You know why? It's because I've seen an officer lost his life aside from this. I've seen an officer who has a broken leg because he could not just let that vehicle go and take the plate number, report whatever channel they have to do, and get away. The reason some of these things happen sometimes is because the officers want something for themselves. Of course, that for sure I can tell you that almost every time in the traffic, you have officers stopping vehicles and taxi drivers and whatever, and all they have is a handshake. Yeah, I had a situation. I was going to town early in the morning, and right around, you know, uh, Jalatan and the junction there, saw this officer stop the taxi driver, the vehicle I was in, and I would not tell the gender, yeah, before, So asked for lesson. We were in the vehicle, and the officer played smart. Officer asked for lesson, and the driver knew what that officer wanted. So when the driver went towards the officer with a handshake of what he has to give, the officer said, "I want your lesson." And he still took the handshake to the officer at the back of the vehicle. And they were cool. Nothing. That one collected is for their personal stuff. Maybe lunch, transportation back because you have to work, you got family to feed, maybe the salary is not much. So these are some of the reasons why they do these things. Again, was it the right thing the taxi driver did? You're running car, commercial, you should expect all of these things to pay money. Hmm? I tell you, no, he was in total error and he deserved to face the full weight of the law. You cannot have an officer on the wheels of a vehicle and you stay speeding. Do you know how to place a life in somebody? That you will risk somebody's life only because they stop your vehicle and you feel you're not in violation and you don't want to pay some money. And I hear his lawyer talking about, if there's any, for me, right, my personal view, the guy has family who is also grieving. If they have any higher charges for that case, he deserves it. That taxi driver deserves it. And it should be a warning to all other taxi drivers. In as much as you have an altercation of a situation that doesn't go down well with you, with whoever that is an officer of the law in whatever category or whatever sector they serve, it shouldn't give you the right to go and kill the person. I think it's just the murder charges he had. It's just a trial to his trial. I think you have that young man family, depending on him. Do you know how it is to even have a job in this country? And when one person do have a job in this country, it's a lot for an entire family that depends on you for earning means. Do you know how it is? You was in total error. Total error. You have, why if that person was your family member, would you have done that? Would you? That is very bad. And the police too needs to do better. In as much as the taxi driver worth paying for whatever crime he commit, they needs to do better. There should be some better system to track down these vehicles. In fact, I think since the whole traffic management situation, they should be very proactive and effective in their work. Instead of these officers, just standing on the road directing traffic, take over, have a back, have a, pull over, cross in front of, get off your back. And if he hits the back and go, and you know the better way to do it. Or does this mean that there's no better tracking system for the police to track down all of these vehicles? May peace be unto his arches. And it's so saddening that young man had to lose his life while serving his country and trying to make things right, making people to do the right thing. And I pray that his family found solace in the Lord. Yeah. Then the lawyer, they're talking about the charge his client with murder. They should listen to his client explanation. The living and the dead don't have no judgment. But there's a lot of video out there. There's a lot of posts from people who witnessed the situation and said that the officer was aggressive with the way he was riding the vehicle. You can be that bad. That was very, very bad. We'll follow this situation and see as to how it ends. And let's see what the court has to say. He has been turned over to the court after we witness his situation with the family member crying out for justice. They need justice. And I think our country, we need to develop some sort of jungle justice. Even in the great United States, there's some crime when you commit, you face death penalty by firing squad, by electric, by whatever, by injection, chemical injection. I think if we start to set these kind of examples, people will be straight to do the right thing. They will, definitely. You cannot be that wicked. That is being evil. That is being very, very evil. You cannot. Do you know how it is? Losing a family member. Do you know how hard it is? Losing somebody. And you go and then at very careless, that you say they got claim all your vehicles and poor excuse. We hope and pray that the Lord take a course in a better way. And on that note, we like to conclude tonight's presentation, and this comes to the end of our final week presentation of the program. My name has been William Papa Lucky Boy McGill, and I'm bidding you a pleasant weekend from an end. Hope you have a great time, and thanks to all of you. On tonight's presentation, we look at the U.S. government shutdown. We talk about that. We talk about the situation with Sano S. Krumah, and as well as suspended Deputy Minister Brian Maguio, who the police needs DNA test to determine whether he raped the little girl. And we also talk about the accident situation that occurred between a taxi driver just around the Vatam Bills, where the guy, passed up, and the police officer. So we like to say thank you and thanks for watching. Thanks to all of you for your comments, and thank you so much. My name is William McGill. Good night.
I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me Mr. Journalist, I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release a day. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now, and I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency? Is it based on technology? Is it based on war? Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. Yeah. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. We got major story. Hey. There is no job, no money for hustlers. Come take up coverage, the rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow, living in the street with her children. Since the daddy went to war to fight, he never lived to see them. The children have no shelter, oh, children have no education. The children have no